Okay, so today we'll start our topic known as classes and object. Okay, and please listen each and every word of mine very carefully because it is considered to be one of the challenging topics, not tough topic, but one of the challenging topics in entire Python journey. Okay, one of the toughest topic, but if you understand it properly, it's very easy. Okay, so let me understand what is a classes and object. I think I have given a small hint about the same earlier as well, but I'll consider that you people have ignored that or you have forgotten that. Let me take that way. What is a class as an object? Understand. Let me come first of all. What is a class? Let me come from here. Understand. What is a class? Class is, understand, see properly everyone. Class is means something. Class is nothing but a blueprint. But a blueprint from which objects are constructed. Okay. Classes is nothing but a blueprint from which objects are constructed. For example, a mall. Okay, so mall is a building which physically exists, right? But how it has been constructed? Was it that your laborers were hired and directly they were given whatever you feel, please draw it? Is that happen, everyone? No. Means it is not like that. Directly your laborers have been called and they are given the okay, do one thing, whatever you feel, please. We need a mall, create a mall. Is that we create a mall, everyone? Tell me. Or is that we construct our house, directly call our labor and give them, okay, create it the way you want. What we do, first of all, everyone, how do you think a mall must have been constructed? First of all, in first phase, what should have happened? First of all, they must have gone to a architect, right? And that architect may have make a what? A blueprint for the same. How your mall must have been constructed. Okay, in this floor we will have this much shops available. Here we will have this thing. Here we have this thing. Here we have washroom. Here we have exist. Everything he must have planned. He must have created a blueprint. And the top of that blueprint, what happened actually? You have built your physical object. That is what? Your mall. Okay, so that the blueprint that architect constructed is nothing but a class. And from same blueprint, we can construct multiple malls if we want, multiple buildings we want if we want, because that is clear from that blueprint. As many things we want, we can construct. For example, somebody is building a society. Okay, so he built what? A map or a layout of a flat. So same layout can be used in all the flat of that building. Again and again, one object, second object, third object, fourth object, fifth object. What? Understand? So class is what? Nothing but a blueprint from which objects are constructed. Okay, here in this case, the blueprint that architect created is nothing but a class, and the mall that is physically constructed from that class, from that blueprint that he constructed is nothing but an object. Okay, so class is nothing but a blueprint from which objects are constructed, right? Also, class is something which does not exist physically, exists physically, okay, but objects exist physically. Objects exist physically means once mall is constructed, it is physically available. Blue on. Otherwise, your entire mall is available on a piece of paper only, right? Only on a piece of paper. That is not physical mall. When it is constructed, that is physical. Okay. So class is something which does not exist physically, but object is something which exists physically. Similarly, object. Come to the object. Okay. Object is what? Object is known as instance of the class. Instance of the class and possess the attributes and the methods of corresponding class. Methods of corresponding. Can you please mute yourself? It's a request. Okay, of the corresponding class. Okay, object is an instance of the class and possess the attributes and method of the corresponding class. Okay, I think we have seen an example, but let me give you that example very much clear. Okay, let me come here. Okay, I think same example I gave you. Humans are created by what? We assume that humans are created by God Almighty, right? So when he decided to create the humans, what he did, he first of all created a blueprint. He created a blueprint, understand? And in this blueprint, he decided, okay, blueprint is for what? For the humans. He showed that I will create a human class, understand? So he means class is what? A blueprint, okay? And then he decided that every human will have certain attributes. Every human will have certain attributes, like every human will have a name, a age, okay? Similarly, every human will be able to perform some methods or the functions, okay? For example, he will be able to walk, eat, sleep, right? Something like that. Walk, eat, sleep, something like that. So every human will be able to will have some attributes, and he will be able to perform some actions. That is better word that we calling as methods. He will be able to walk, eat, sleep, study, something, anything you put out. Okay. So he created a blueprint, right? So what? Every human will have certain attributes. Example, every human will be having a name, right? Every human will be having a age, right? And every human will be able to perform some actions like what, eat, sleep, something like that, right? So once blueprint is constructed, he created what? Understand? He created objects. So he created humans. From blueprint, he created a humans having such attributes, right? So what he gave me? Example, he created myself, Praveer Saxena. So I am constructed from what? From this blueprint, right? So I do have say all the attributes and all the actions or the method of the corresponding class, which is the class human class. So I do have a name. My name is Praveer. Yes, I do have an attribute. My age is example 40 years. Yes, I do have in that. I'm able to walk. Yes, I'm able to talk. I'm able to eat, right? So what I'm having, I am an instance of human class, or I'm an object of human class, and I possess all the attributes and all the actions of corresponding class. Similarly, there is someone else, example Utkarsh, right? So Utkarsh is also having all attributes, means what? Name. So his name is Utkarsh, of course, right? He's having age 23. He's able to perform all the methods, walk, eat, sleep, right? So I exist physically, Utkarsh exists physically. So what we are means what we can say, Praveer and Utkarsh are object of which class? Human class. And we exist physically. We exist physically and possess the attributes, and actions of human class. Right, everyone? Any doubt in this so far? Please tell me. Even single doubt, then tell me. Even single. What is a class and what is an object? Please tell me, everyone. Come on. Any doubt? If no doubt, then say, sir, yes, fine. That at least I should come to know. Clear, everyone? Yes, great. Okay. So to be clear, what is a class? First of all, class is nothing but a blueprint from which objects will be considered, and whatever attributes and actions that a class possess, all the humans or all the object of that class will possess that. Okay. And in Python, understand, in Python, I repeat something. In Python specifically, everything in Python, everything is object of some class. Everything, 100%. 100%, everything, whatever you can think about, everything is an object of some class. Everything is an object of some class. Okay. And when it is an object of some class, it possesses the attributes and the method corresponding to that class. Okay. For example, I come here, I use an integer number. Okay. I want to check, okay, which class this thing belongs to. Print type of 3. See what is showing. It belongs to which class? Integer class. Right. Let me pass 3.2. Which class? Float class. Okay. Change it. Which class? String class. Everything is an object of some class. Whatever you can think about, right? Type a list here. 1, 2, 3. Which class? List class. Make it a tuple. right? I think what happened? 1, 2, 3. I think I'm missing something. I think a parenthesis. Yeah. Which class? A tuple class. Everything that you can think about, everything. Okay. Let me even pass this here. A function inside, right? Like print function directly, but that we have been using. See, built-in function method. Can you check everyone? So everything, whatever you can think about, is an object of some class, whatever it is. Okay, whatever it is, and everything. And remember, there is grandmother of all, known as object class. There is something known as object class, and everything, understand, is an object of that class. Whether you talk about anything, number, this, everything is an object of one class. That is a mother of all the classes, known as object class. Everything, whether it's a tuple, list, string, anything you are having, it's an object of one class known as this class. Okay. Now come, how do we construct our? And one more thing, but I was talking. So everything is an object of some class. Okay. So it will possess the attributes and method of the corresponding class. Example, I created a string S and I mentioned a hello. Okay. And I mention here S dot press tab. S dot press tab. Okay. So whatever method I'm seeing right now, these are corresponding to string class. Okay, these are corresponding to string class, means these method can be performed on, means the object of this class will be able to perform such actions. Of which class? String class. But if I make it, see, integer, S dot, again I press. See, I'm entirely different methods I'm seeing here. Entirely different method or attribute I'm seeing that, because it is object of different classes, right? If I create a list here, okay, and if I see this time, entirely different set of methods and attributes I'm able to see here. Because remember, as I told you, the object of any class will be able to have the attributes of that class and also able to form the actions of that class. That's why the thing is here. That's why I say in Python, everything is an object of some class and it will possess the attributes and method of the corresponding class. Okay, but as attributes and the method of the corresponding class. Now move ahead. Okay, how do we create class? Very simple way. How do we create class? How do we create our own class? Create class. Okay, let me come here. See, first of all, you will mention a keyword class like this. Okay, you will mention a keyword class. Okay, after that, this class you will give a name. Okay, and the name to give a class, you can find all the rules that we have discussed while naming the identifier. Same rules are applicable here. But normally in the case of class, what professionals follow, let me tell you that. Okay, what professionals follow. They say that when you create a class, okay, always mention a first letter to be capital. First letter to be capital, okay, then small. And if your class is having two words together, okay, so do one thing, when second word is coming, okay, make that letter capital. And then again, example, you can mention class. This is what professionals follow. It is not mandatory. I repeat once again. This is what your professionals follow. Okay, this is the culture your professional programmers follow. So they mention like demo class. Okay, after that, a parenthesis. Not mandatory, I repeat, but you will be seeing that if you ask me personally directly, I can put a colon here and I can go there, move ahead. But if I personally ask me, I always put here. The reason is that when you will see the inheritance, you will understand that. Okay, within this parenthesis, okay, if you want to mention something, you can mention example what? Object class. This is what I was talking. It's parent of every class. Everything is an instance of this class. Which class? Object class. Okay. If I don't specify here anything, automatically object will be there. So not mandatory to write. Okay. Not mandatory to write. So means I will have all the attributes and method corresponding to which class? Object class, mother of all. That's what I'm saying actually here. Okay, so means what I'm saying, mother class, I'm going to create one more class known as demo class, but I will put here my own attributes and method. Okay, I'll put here own my methods and attribute. If I don't put, if I put an object, it is fine. If I don't put even, it is fine. Okay, put a colon. For now, well, later on we have to mandatory put here. I'll tell you when. I'll come to that. We have to mandatory put something here, where we will see the inheritance property. I'll put a colon, press enter. Okay, and I'm creating first class. So first class I'm creating without anything. So just I can use an empty class like pass. Just to see a simple class, means simplest class. Somebody asked you to design this is simple class. Just mention the word class. Okay, give your class a name, a parentheses, a colon, and a pass statement. Means your class is right now an empty class, right? Your class has been created. Done. No problem. Done. Okay, and now you want to create a object from this class. Is very, very, very easy. Right now it's for no purpose, right? Okay, it makes no sense. I'll tell you later on how you can add attributes to this class. I'll tell you how to add that, but that's we'll discuss later on. First we will see the normal method that people recommend. Okay, so how can I create a instance of the class? This is the class is created. Creating instance of the class means object of the class or object of the class. How do we create? Very simple. Come here. Okay, and give your object any name. Okay, any name you want to give. Suppose I'm giving a name A, and I mention here my class name. Okay, demo class. Okay, and this parenthesis, right? So immediately I do that, one instance of my class will be created like this. Done. Okay, and if I want to check this time, suppose print type, okay, of A. Can you see everyone what it is saying? It's a which class? Demo class. Okay, so it's an object of demo class. Okay, right now make a purposeless, don't worry, but let me show you how actually you will create our class. So before doing any class, understand, you should do one thing, one homework you should do. What homework? So you have two things here in every class. What? Attributes or methods. Okay, and the object that we created, remember what are these are called? These are also known as instance of the class. Okay, so every instance, whenever we create, understand what we will decide. Okay, what are the attributes? What thing we should remember? Understand what are the attributes that we want to change at the we want to allow to change at the instance level. What are the attributes that we want to allow to change at the instance level? Okay, and what are the attributes that we want to allow to change at class level? Means which attributes you want to change at the allow to change at the instance level, and which attributes you want to allow to change at the class level. Example, let me give an example, sir. It is sounding a bit technical right now. Okay, so everyone will have a name and age. Okay, so don't you want to give the freedom everyone to choose their name? Tell me, everyone, you will give them a freedom or not? I'm choosing my name Praveer, you are choosing your name Utkarsh, somebody changing their name Aishwarya, and anything, doesn't matter. We all are object of which class? Human class, right? But which attribute I want to choose? Okay, I want to choose my attribute to be named as per my requirement, right? As per my requirement, is object level. I have the freedom to change my name. Yes, done. My name will be Praveer. Your name will be Utkarsh. You decided yourself. Everyone, my age will be different. Your age will be different, right? This is one. Means you have to decide first of all which attributes you want to allow to change at the object level. So I give an example. My name and my age. Okay, it's in my hand. I can control that. My age is 40, your age maybe 29. You somebody age maybe 30, something like that. Your name, my name is Pravi, your name may be Utkarsh, Rama, Satya, anything you can be. Okay, so you will decide first of all which attributes you want to allow to change at the instance level, and which one you want to allow to change at the class level directly. Directly at the class level means what I'm talking about means, suppose I create several instances of the class. Human class is there, no? So suppose I create an instance, several instances of the same class. Like one is A class, okay? Sorry, one is A object, second object is B, third object is C. Suppose, okay? Of the same class, suppose human class. I'm just giving an example. I have not created that class, but I'm showing that human class. Something, one object, okay? Second object, and then suppose third object, okay? So three instances I have created. I want A to have different name, B to have different name, C to have different name. Okay, that's in my hand. So if I allow the attribute at the instance level to be changed, then A will have the power to change its name at the instance level. No problem. But this change will be reflect only at the object level. Means A name has changed now, so that will not impact B and C. Okay, that will not impact B and C. Mean, is it happening if I'm changing my name Pravi to anything else? Will it impact you, everyone? Will you change your name? No. right? So if you want that region means I will make the changes at one instance level that should not impact all the class. It should impact that object only, only this object A. If I'm making some change in B, that change should happen only at B level, means instance level. If I'm making some changes in the C, then that change should happen only at the C level, not at A, B, C. When making changes in the A, B, and C should be untouched. When I'm making changes in the B, C, A, and A and C should not be touched, not touched. If I'm making some changes at the C, A and B should not be touched. If you want that thing, you will put such attributes where? Remember, at the instance level. Clear, everyone? First, tell me, what do you mean by instance level is clear? Tell me, everyone. Means we will make some changes in one object that will not impact others. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Second thing is at the class level. Okay, means what happened if I make change in that attribute? Okay, that should impact every object of that class for entire class. That should impact every. Here I'm saying I'm making changes in the A, right? So that change is not reflecting in the B and C. If I'm making change in the B, that change is not reflecting in the A and C. Okay, so mean only affecting is what? Corresponding instance. But I want something. I make change at the class level. Okay, then it means I want something. I make changes one place and it is impacting every object A, B, and C together. A, B, and C together. That we call it as actually class variables. That we will call it as class variables. So first of all, whenever you are creating a class, you will decide first what we will decide. You will decide which variables or attributes, rather better, you want at class level. Class level, are you getting, everyone? What do you mean by class level? Which will impact every object of the class. Okay, means class level means just a second. Class level means will impact every object. Okay, which attributes you want at the class level. So decided those will be at the class level and they will impact every object. Second, which variables or attributes you want at object level or instance level. Object level or instance level means instance level will impact only corresponding object, right? So first this homework you will do. Which variables you want at the instance level, which variables you want at the class level. Okay. Similarly, understand, you will also decide some methods. Okay. First method will be your class method. Okay. What is that? Means the methods which operate on class variables, are known as nothing but your class methods. Okay. The methods which operate on class variables will be nothing but your class method. Similarly, you will have instance methods. What are those? Instant methods means the methods which operate on what? Instance variable. Okay, is known as instance methods. So two things you will have. We will have one more method that we will see later on. Okay, so first of all, this homework you should do. Identify which variables I will like to keep at the instance level, which variables I will like to keep at the class level, because instance level will impact only corresponding object if you want to make some changes, but at the class level, if I'm going to make the changes, it is going to impact everything. Example, God created us. Okay, at the beginning, everyone used to have a tail, right? Everyone used to have a tail. So he had that tail. He said that tail is equal to S at the class level, right? He said that tail is equal to S. So every human used to have tail, and they decided right now, okay, it's not worthy to have tail. They are not using it. Okay, let me make changes only at one place. Tail is equal to no. The moment I make tail is equal to no, every human's tail is gone. Every human's tail is gone. Nobody's there. It is impacting every object of that class. Every human's object is impacting. So it is what? It is at which level, everyone? It should be at class level. Getting idea, everyone? What do you mean by class level? Please tell me. Right? So I created one variable at the class level. God decided, okay, tail will be there or not. He decided. The moment he decided, okay, everyone will have the tail. He mentioned tail is equal to s, one attribute at the class level, class variable it is. Okay. The moment he decided, okay, no, but I don't want everyone to have change. Okay, I don't everyone to have tails. He just mentioned tail is equal to no. Then gone. Nobody has the tail anymore. Because at the class level, every object will be impacted. At instance level, corresponding object will be impacted. I hope it makes sense, everyone. What homework you have to do first of all? To identify, first of all, which attributes you want at the class level, which attributes you want at the at the instance level. After that, everything will be easy, very much easy for you. Okay, so let me create a practical class. How do we actually create the class? Okay, this is one simple way I showed you. This is one way of creating the class, and I'll show you how to add attributes to this test later on. But I'll first of all tell you what is the method, preferred method of creating the class. Okay, suppose I'm creating a class. That class is known as student class. Okay, I'm not putting anything inside, just putting a parenthesis, and by default inside that will be object. Okay, and it is always a good practice whenever you're creating a function or any class, always write a docstring that we discussed earlier as well using triple quotes because it may go to the multiple line. So I'm saying that this is our student class. Okay, I just mentioned this is our student class done. Half of the work done, not half of the work, means initialization have been done. Now see, very, very important. And this is where maximum people get confused. Okay. We will mention here a special method known as def. Understand? Def. I mentioned def. I'm defining a function here or a method here, right? Whenever we define a function inside the class, remember that is known as method. Function or method are one and the same thing. When we use any function inside a method, when we use any function inside a class, that is known as a method. Okay, so functions inside a method. If you're declaring any function inside a class, that will be known as method. Remember, say, so I'm declaring a method here, def, and a special method known as magic method, underscore init, underscore. Okay, underscore init, underscore. It is actually initialization method. Okay, initialization method, and we call it as constructor method. We call it as constructor method. And after that, within the parentheses, you will write a word known as self. Not mandatory self, but this is a preferred practice. I'll tell you what we mean by self here. Okay, don't worry. In 1 minute, I'll gonna tell. Okay, so after that, you will mention your self here. Okay, normally self is not mandatory. You can use any name that you want to use, but your programmers use self because your code may be used by somebody else, so he should feel comfortable. So use that word which everyone follows. So that is a better word. But it is not a keyword. Can you see? Your keywords always turn into the green, right? But see, it is not turned green. It's not a keyword. That's what I'm saying. Okay, it's not a keyword. So you can give it the name that you want. But normally preferred one is what? Your self. After mentioning the self, you'll put a colon. Other thing can be mentioned inside. I'll come to that in few minutes only. Okay, put a colon. Press enter, and now see what you will mention. You will use again the word that you mentioned here. Okay, and mention here self. First of all, self dot, and now you will mention what attributes I want. Okay, at the instance level, what attributes I want at the instance level. So remember, whenever you will see some word self, that means we are talking about instance level. Okay, whenever you will see the word self, understand, means you're talking about something about instance level. So I'm defining right now instance level variables. So self word is there. Okay, so you mention self. Now, whatever decided, suppose you want to have somebody's name. So one attribute decided that name, because name should be at the, I think, at the instance level only, so that everybody can have their name, right? So self dot name equals to. Okay, and I put, suppose my name here directly. Reveal. Okay, I decided to have one more attribute, that is age, that we were talking about. Okay, example age, and suppose I mention 32. And you can have as many attributes at the instance level as per your requirement. Self, just put self dot name, self dot age, everything. Right? Now moving ahead. Okay. Now you can define your, this is what your instance variables. And remember, this init method is known as what? This is known as your constructor method. And why it is used? It is used for initialization of variables. Initialization of variables. Like in other programming languages, we do not remember int a is equal to b, int a is equal to 3, int 4 is equal to 4, or int age is equal to 25. Same thing we do with the help of here init method, right? We mention here init method, but I repeat, for defining your instance level attributes, it's not mandatory that you use init method, but it is a recommended method. It's a recommended method that you use init method, right? So this init method is known as a constructor method, and why it is used? Simple question is that it is used for initialization of variables. Whenever self word will come, self means what? Remember, we're talking about the instance level. Okay, so these are instance level attributes that we just defined. We can define further more if we want, it's my choice. Okay, now we will also define example a method. Not mandatory, but I am defining. Okay, what? A method, def. Okay, and that method, any name I can give to that method. Suppose I'm giving a name. Normally we define a function, same way I'm defining def, but we'll call it as a method this time. Wish, and function name, whatever I want to give. And again, at it will be operating on the instance level variables. I'll use the word self again, because it's an instance method. Okay, it's an instance method, so it will operate on instance variables, right? You can put further argument here. Well, I'll tell you that in few minutes again and again, right? So come here, and now you can mention your body, function body, whatever you want to define. Suppose I mention here print. It's my choice, whatever I want to do. Okay, you want to define something, anything you want to do, you can do that. Suppose I want to do something, print your name is, okay, parentheses, and you are, again parentheses, years old. Okay, and here actually I want to fill the value of these variables, name and age. Okay, so what I will mention here, dot format. And always remember, whenever you want to use instance variables, okay, or instance attributes, what we call, always you have to use the same word, that you have self word. Always you have to use the word. So you can mention here in first what you want, self dot names. You will mention here self dot name. Okay. In second, what do you want? You want age. So you will mention self dot age. Okay. I just mentioned here. And my first class is being, if you want further method, yes, your choice. Any number of method you want to have. Again, use a def word and define. So you can have any number of instance level attributes, any number of method, the process will be same. The process will be same. You will first of all use a constructor method using def in itself. Okay. And after that, self dot, any number of attribute you want to have, self dot name, self dot age, anything you want to have, you can put that. After that, you can define as many methods as you want. Okay. And these are what, this is whatever I'm using right now is what your instance method, because it is operating on what? Your instance variables. Okay. So let me create this. Done. And my first class has been created. It is having attribute, two attribute is having name and age, and one method this is having known as wish method. Okay. And now let me create an object of the same. Object of the same. Okay. So I'm creating first object. Suppose first object is student1. Okay. So how do we create object? I just told you, just type your class name and parentheses. Okay. So now let me execute this. Once I execute this, see now what happens. The moment I execute, actually, an object of the student class has been created and a memory location to that has been assigned. Okay, an object of the student class has been created and a memory location has been assigned. Those memory location, okay, that memory location which has been assigned to this particular object, right? This memory location, the memory location. Okay, right, let me write this way. Okay, an object of student class has been constructed, have been created, that is a better word. Okay, have been created. Okay, and assigned a memory location. Okay, now who knows that memory location? Understand, this memory location address is available with what? Self, this word, right? Who knows that? Self. Okay, so if you are going to make any changes in these attributes, right? Okay, any changes in the attributes, so where the changes will happen? Changes will happen at the memory location where this object is pointing to, or where this object is actually. This object has been created, it has been assigned a memory location. So suppose I come here and example C, I come here and I create one more object, student2 of the same class. Okay. So again, same process has happened. And what has happened? Okay. An object of the student class is further created, assigned a new memory location. This memory location, this object's memory location will be different. This object memory location will be different. Let me execute this and I can show you. See, ID. You know how to check the memory location. Student1 is this. Student2 is this. Can you see both are different, everyone? Right? Both are object of the same class, but they have different memory location. Right? So if I make any changes in the student1, understand that will happen at this memory location. So will it impact this memory location? Everyone tell me. Are you getting my point what I'm saying? If I'm making some changes in this memory location, okay, will it impact this memory location? No, they are different memory location. Okay, so if I make any changes at the instance level, understand that will not impact other object. Is it okay, everyone? Tell me. Clear what I'm saying? Because when I create an object, okay, a new memory location is being assigned to every object. Okay, so if I'm making some changes in the instance variables, understand I'm making some changes in the instance variable, instance attribute that will impact that object only and only that object, not other object. Okay, and let me show you that again. If I come here and I check student1, okay, right now if I check dot, press tab, see, I have age, name, and wish. Age is what? Attribute. What is that? 32. Because when I created my class, remember I set it 32. What name I set? Name I set is Praveer. So if I check here, student1 dot name, right? See, Praveer, because I've been set. Check the method. Student1, come on, take it. Student1 dot wish. But how to use the method? Remember, for attributes, you can directly use name and age, but to method, you have to put the parentheses. Okay, parentheses, and go inside, shift and tab, read. It does not need any argument, right? No argument is needed. So I can directly execute this. Say, I'm getting correct. Your name is Praveer and you are 32 years old. Perfect. Let me check second instance that we've created student2. Student2. What do you think? What name it will have, everyone? Any idea? What age it will have? See the program if you can tell me, please. Maximum it will be wrong. Please, that's why we want you to participate. Maximum it will be wrong. Let it be wrong. No problem. Yes, yes. Because we have hard coded that, right? Praveer and 32. So every object that we created will have the same age and name. See, same 32 and same name as well. Name. Can you check? Same name, same everything same. But remember, that's why we created these attributes or variables at the instance level. Why? So that whenever you want to change at the instance level, I can do. See, same thing, everything fine. But I prefer that, okay? Why? Student 1 is Praveer, that's fine. But student 2 is not Praveer. His age is not 32. I want to change it. I want to change it. So yes, I can do that within 1 second. How? See, I'm coming here. I'm mentioning as student 2. This is object that we created, remember? Dot age. Okay. I said that student2 age is what? 23, not 32. Execute this. Done. Come here. Student2 name is Utkarsh. Okay. So I mentioned Utkarsh. Done. So these changes that I have done has impacted only student2 object, no other one, because they are object of the same class, but both are residing at different memory location. So how to ensure that it impact that only and only that instance or that object? Who ensures that? That yourself ensure that, because self contains the address of the corresponding object. So to ensure that whatever changes you are doing, it impact at that particular object only or at the instance level only. The self is ensuring that whatever you do at the instance level, okay, it will impact at instance only. Okay, so if I make some changes in the instance level attribute, that will impact only that particular object only. Can you ensure that everyone see? And if I check again, see, I've created already student one. So let me check student one once again. Student one dot age. See, still 32. Name still Praveer. Let me create a new object and check. Student three is equal to, what was the class? Student class, if I'm correct. Yeah. Done. Check its name and age. Student 3 dot age. Again, it tells the same 32, and name will be same Praveer. So what it is impacting everyone? Whatever we did, it impacted where? It impacted at the instance level. Impact at object or instance level. Right? Similarly, this one. Object at, sorry, impact at object or instance level. Clear, everyone? Now here I can mention other objects and even new objects are not impacted. Tell me, everyone, is it okay? Tell me, if I make some changes in the student 3 object, will it impact student 2 and student 1?
No.
Right.
No.
Right. Very good. Because all objects have different memory location, right, everyone? All objects have different memory location. I think it should be crystal clear, right? So that's why I say, okay, always decide which attributes you want to allow to change at the instance level. Keep those as a instance attributes. Okay, that's why we put name and age there. Okay, that's why I put a name and age. But this is not a right way. First, I created everyone to be named Praveer and Utkarsh, or Praveer and 32. Then I'm changing at the instance level, right? A better way than that is there. What I can do, I can again copy my class, just the class that I created here. Okay, and I can create again my class. And suppose this class is known as, let me give any name to this class, whatever I want to give. Suppose a student, same as student, let it be student only. No problem. Let it be. Okay. And this time, what I want, I will ask from the user the argument. That is better now. Please tell me when you are creating the instance. At that time, tell me what is your age and what is your name. That will be better. Directly tell me your name and age. Okay. At that time, I will your name will become the same, age will become the same. So later on, you don't have to change. So where I can do here itself, because these are instance level attributes. Now I will mention yourself and whatever attribute you want to take from him. Suppose I want to take him from the name. So I mention names. Okay. And normally what happens in such cases, what is a better practice? Always make it a default argument. Default argument means what? If the user doesn't supply, or at least your program does not crash. Okay. If user does not supply. Okay. For that purpose, we always give default argument. Very much like, remember, we give that in the functions as well. Can you recall that, everyone? Default argument. If we put the default argument, we don't have to mandatorily supply that. So I can put here what names is equal to, right? Is equal to anything you want to put. That will be default. Okay. Suppose I don't want to put anybody's name, so I'm putting empty string like this. That's it. An empty string, nothing else. Okay. And age, there's one more parameter, age. So I can give any name that I want to give. Suppose ages. Okay. And I'm initializing it to 0. Default value is 0. Okay. Now I will mention here means if the user does not supply, your program will not crash. It will take your name to be an empty string and your ages will be 0. Okay. Now here, while you are using self.name attribute, okay, take this value because this is the value that I want to take when the user will supply and that will become his name. So here instead of Praveer, I can mention what? Names like this. Right. And here instead of age, what I can mention, whatever name you have given here, that is ages. Nothing else you have to do. Okay, so here you have to put the names and you have to put whatever name you have chosen here, right? Same name put here and same name put here. Attributes are names, whatever you choose. It's your choice. I can mention here as well. Example N is my choice, right? But always give the meaningful name so that whenever user are reading the definition of this, you can understand, okay, what I have to put on inside. So names I have given. Intentionally I put the names so that you don't confuse with the name or same or something like that. You can make the same name as well, does not matter. It's your choice. Means this name and this name, fine. This age and this age allowed, no problem with that. Just I'm putting here so that you don't get confused. So whatever argument I want to take, want to take the name from him. I want to take age from them, and this I have make a default argument. This means that user mandatory does not have to supply this. If doesn't supply, your program will not crash. Okay. And when you will supply or doesn't supply, whatever value here will come here. Whatever value is here, that will come here. If he supplies, that will come here. If he doesn't supply, that will come here. Okay. So let me create this time. Done. And now let me create one instance. Suppose student one. Again. Okay. How do we get the instance student? Again. Okay. And this time, if I go inside and read, see, it needs 2 arguments. Can you see everyone? But nothing is mandatory. Can you see everyone? So if I even create this, it will be done. No problem. It will be created without any error. You will not get any error. But what is better? You supply them. Okay. So I'm supplying what? First argument, names I want. So I supply my name. Praveer I want. Okay. Second, what I want? Ages. So my age I mentioned 32. Okay. So first object has been created done. Now check its properties. Student one. Okay. Dot age 32. Student one. Dot what is a name, right? Praveer. Student one. Dot fish. Dot which method, right? Right. Similarly, let me get another instance of the same. Okay. And I, instead of that, I mentioned this time here directly, Amit, age is 29. So while I'm creating the instance, right, or object, at that time, I'm supplying this. Now we don't have to do that later on. Okay. Done. And if I check this time again, student one dot age, see what it is, 29, right? Student one, I should have chosen the different name. Let me change because we student one we have taken now. So let me check a different. Although it doesn't matter, the result will be fine, but actually doesn't look good. See, name will be fine. Everything will be fine. Name and age, right? Fine, but it doesn't look good, right? So let me make it 2. That is better. Let me again execute this. Student 2 dot age, done. Student 2 dot name, done. And let me check the message. Student 2 dot fish method. Okay, so attributes we can directly use without using parentheses, but method we can use with the parentheses. Okay, so your name is Amit and you're 29 years old. I think it is better, everyone, right? Than the other method. Tell me, everyone, is it fine? I'm not able to hear anyone. Only Varun is replying. With us, please tell me.
Yes, sir, it is fine.
Okay, okay, move ahead, right? Similarly, what we can do, understand here, once again. Okay, let me pick this class once again. Okay, so we saw that we are here, we can use other parameters as well. In the method also, we can use other parameters. Example, let me copy here. Paste it here. Okay, and this time suppose I will take the name and the age from the user, and suppose what I want, everyone I want to give some promotion. Okay, but that promotion will be whatever his age is, 50% of that. Okay, whatever his age is, 50% of on that your boss will decide. Okay, how much increment you want to give him. It's his choice, whatever his choice. Okay, that your boss will decide. Okay, I will decide whom to give how much increment. It's my choice, right? So what we do in the method itself, I want to take argument from the user this time. Okay, in the method itself, I want to take argument from the user. Suppose I'm mentioning argument known as constant. Any name you can put constant. Okay, so I'm saying that your name is fine, your age is fine, and I want to use one more thing. Self.name, self.age. I want to put one more thing. Okay, and I mention here example, and bonus is example. Bonus is what? Your bonus is self.name. It will here it will come self.name. Here it will come self.age. And here I want to put actually a formula based on this. Based on this parameter, okay? Based on this parameter and your age parameter. So I mentioned what? Comma once again, okay? And first parameter what? Cons multiply by what? Whatever his age is. That is self dot age. Okay, so this parameter the user will subtract. This parameter will be taken and multiply by the age parameter. Okay, so let me create the instance and suppose this time I'm giving the name to be student X. Okay, let me execute this. Done. It has been created, and let me create a new instance S1 equals to student X. Okay, and how many parameters we have to supply? we can go inside and check two parameters. So suppose name is this time Ravi, and age is suppose 20. Okay, let me execute this. So an object has been created of the student X class. Let me check its attribute. S1 dot age 20, perfect. S1 dot name, perfect. And now let me use a method like S1 dot wish method. Okay, if I go inside, see, it is asking me for one parameter, right, everyone? Can you check it? Right?
Yes.
This time it is asking, if I execute this, see, it is showing missing one required positional argument. Okay, so you have to supply this. Suppose I supply this to be example 0.5. Okay, I supplied it to be 0.5. So understand what will happen is 0.5 will become the value of cons. So it will go here. 0.5 will be multiplied by whatever age you have passed. What age you have passed? 20. So 20 multiplied by 0.5 will be what? 10. So what bonus you will get? The 10 bonus. Let me execute this and check the argument, everyone. Please see. Check everyone, please. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how you want to use multiple parameters the same way, not really use the function. Same thing you can do with this function, just that it is defined inside the class. Okay. And right now it is what? Which method it is? It is instance method because it is operating on instance variable. Okay. And how you recognize? Always see the word self word. Okay. Whenever there is a self word, that means there is a instance method and instance variable. Okay. Now let me introduce another thing. Again, copy. I think I have already copied. No problem. Directly should be there. Okay. And now this time let me introduce what? The class variable. Okay. Class variable. So how do we define class variable? The instance variable I define here after the init method, right? The class method I will define before the init method. So I'll come here and I'll mention here my class variable. Okay. Normal way we do that. Suppose that variable is tail. The same way we were doing. Okay. And I initially mentioned tail is equal to suppose no. Okay. Tail is equal to no. I defined at the class level. Let me execute this and let me make it suppose student Y class. Done. And let me create an instance of the same. Suppose this time S1 again, and it is student Y class, and it needs two argument, but not mandatory. But let me put, suppose I'm putting this time Kavi and 10. Done. And let me check its attributes. Age is there, name is there. Can you see one more attribute has been added, everyone? Here. Can you observe that?
Yes, sir.
Right? One more attribute has been added. Okay, so first of all, check age. Yeah, age is fine. Let me check S1 dot name. Name is fine. Let me check that attribute S1 dot tail. I'll get no for now. Right? No. That is at the class level. Right? But see what I do. If I mention here, I create one more object, suppose. Okay, I create one more object, S2, and of the same class, student Y class. And I'm passing an argument. Suppose his name this time is Avi and age is 25. Okay, created. Okay, now let me do one thing. In this parameter, let me make S2 is equal to tail, and I make it yes. Okay, I just make it yes. So what will happen? Understand, everyone? I just make it yes. Okay, so now if I make it yes, execute that. It has been done. Now let me check once again. S1 dot tail, right? It has made it yes. But let me see what has happened with the S2. It is still no, right? Although it was at the class level, understand, although it was at the class level, I change at the what level? Instance level. So only that instance is impacted. Other instances are not impacted at all. It is there the way it is seen. S2 is equal to tail dot no. Similarly, if I come here and directly use my class name, that is student Y, press dot. Can you see I can see a tail option here? If I click on the tail, see still it is at the class level no. Only that object has been changed. Because it happens, right? Sometime it happens, some people born with the 6 fingers. Normally, how humans have been designed with the 5 and 5, but there are exceptions, right? So they can have 6 fingers. And sometimes it happens that people has been born with the 3 legs. It happens sometimes. Okay, so at object level, some exceptions can be there. So you made some changes at the class variable, so that will impact only your, remember, okay, instance level I changed that, but that impacted only and only what? Your individual instance, not other instances. Your other instances at the class level are the way they are. But suppose you want to change at the class level. Now this time requirement is you want to change at the class level. So how can do? Very simple thing. Very simple thing. Okay. What you can do, see, if I come here, I have to mention here student, okay, dot tail. What I'm accessing right now, everyone, what is this student? A student Y. I think what is that? A student Y. Okay. What is a student Y? Student Y is object or a class? See, everyone?
Class.
Yeah, it's a class. Okay. So I'm having accessing its attribute student dot tail. Okay. And that's why see that others attribute are not appearing here. Only tail is appearing. Tail, okay, equals to, I just mentioned. Yes. Let me execute this. Done. And now let me check at every level. Okay. Again, let me copy this and check. Is it still no, or I have changed at the class level? So it has changed or not? Yes, Dad. Let me check other objects. What is the object? Remember earlier s2 dot tail has what? No. Let me check. Can you see now, everyone? Yes. Even if I create a new instance, suppose s3 this time, student Y. Okay. And this time, suppose name is Rami. Okay. And age is 32. Execute and check s3 dot tail. See, because you made the changes at what level, everyone? At the
Class
class
level.
level. Okay. So every object got impacted. Each and every object got impacted because you made the changes at the class level, but they have given you the freedom, right? At any instance, I want to add further attributes. Yes, I can add. Example, if I come here at S3, how many attributes are there? Age, name, and tail. Okay. And this age is your instance attribute, name is your instance attribute, tail is a class level attribute, which is a method. Okay. But suppose I want to add one more method. Okay. Suppose what happened, due to some reason, okay, I got 6 finger. So I maintain one more thing, one more attribute. Okay. S3 dot 6 finger equals to, yes. At instance level, I'm doing right. Remember, these are not part of your class. See, nowhere it is. Not there, right? But the instance level, I want to add one more attribute. I want to add one more attribute, right? At the instance level, yes, I can do that. Let me show that. Done. And check. S3 will have one more attribute this time. Can you check, everyone? 6 finger. Check it. And others will be unimpacted at all. No impact will be there. Check S2. Sorry, S2. See, age, name, tail, wish, nothing at all, no change. Okay, so instance level, you want to add further attributes. Yes, you can add, no problem. It's your choice. That is the freedom. That is the best part. Okay, you can customize your instance as per your requirement. That is the beautification, means you can take somebody's property and you want to add further property to that. Yes, you can do that. That's the advantage of our classes and object. Can you see that, everyone? Right? For example, in your organization, there is an employee class, means every employee will have some attribute. Certain attribute will be there for sure. Everything will be sure. Okay. But you want to assign him a different role. But at the same time, out of those employees, where the employee attributes are there, I want to copy all those attributes. At the same time, I want to add 2 more attributes to that person. At the same time, I want to add 2 more attribute to that particular person. Okay. Everyone is 10, but he's special. I would add 2 more to that. Yes, I will create an object of that class. Okay. Employee class, and I will add 2 more attributes to that particular person, to that particular object. Now my thing will be done. Okay. Any attribute I want to add. Suppose I want to add one more. It's my choice. S3 dot suppose smoking. He does smoking or not. I said no. Done. Check S3. One more attribute has been added. Okay. And the class level, there will be no change. If I come here, sorry, student. What is the name I have given? I think student Y. See, no, only tail is here. Can you check, everyone? Please tell me any doubt in this. Then tell me immediately. Okay, so let me mention here. We can add further attributes at instance level. No problem. Okay, it will not impact other objects. Is it fine, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can I end for the day? I'll continue tomorrow from here. Is it fine?
Sir, once explain about that GitHub,
yeah.
sir.
Sorry. Can you repeat once again?
Explain how to upload that assignment in GitHub.
It's very simple. Actually, go to the Google, just like this. Have you created your GitHub profile? The person who's asking, have you created a GitHub profile?
No, not at, sir.
Okay. Just go one thing. It's very, very simple. Just type this and create GitHub profile. Okay, just go there, join GitHub. Okay, just type your email name, address, and everything. Verify your account. Okay, it's very simple. Very simple.
Okay.
Go there. Okay, it's very, very simple. And otherwise, you can go to the YouTube. On YouTube, you will see a complete video how people can create. Okay. Still you face any difficulty, you can tell me. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone. So I'm ending for the day. See you tomorrow, everyone. Bye bye. Take care. Bye.